Going on, Bigfoot World? We're going to get started here in a second. As soon as everything kicks in, it should be kicking in here in a second. Same thing every week. It's things lagging for some reason. There we go. What's going on, Bigfoot World? First thing first, guys, I just woke up. Sorry for being late, but you should be used to it by now. What's going on, everyone? Bigfoot World? Man, let's get through this. I am not prepared, guys. No notes, no nothing. We just gonna have fun tonight. F it. But first thing first, guys, can you hear me? Can you see me? Everything straight? Up and up? Give me some thumbs up. I definitely am, Tony. Definitely am. Thanks for watching, man. All the way from the UK on the other side of the planet. Thanks, Nada. Bigfoot World. Thanks, Deborah, for letting me know what's going on. We got 31. Where's everybody at? Notifications going out. You guys get your notifications? It's just been hectic over here. They don't want to share my videos. It's all good though. We'll get it. Linda, all the way from Florida. I know it's nice out there. Beautiful. Because it's been like 100 degrees here. Guys, some of you guys got to watch Mike graduate. That man, I still got a little, my head's still a little fuzzy on that one. It's still fuzzy. That party was funny. I got so tore up, I just put the camera down. I was just making an ass out of myself at that point. And it was pretty much for Mike, celebrate Mike's graduation, 102 degrees. Man, it felt like 100 here. It felt like 100 here. It was humid. We had a little rain, and then that just made it worse, where you couldn't even breathe. But it's all good. I'm still in a good mood. That graduation was sad, man. That was the worst graduation I ever seen in my life. If anything, they should have postponed it to a later date, till after this pandemic was over, and then give them a graduation that they deserve, instead of coming in one at a time into the damn building and then shipping them out, handing them a piece of paper and shipping them out the back. Where's the people at? The people is half of the memory. Everybody screaming at them, "Go, Mike!" Yeah, I mean, that's a feeling in itself that you always remember, and they raped him of that, and that's what I was pissed off about from Jump Street. You're still at the part where we're still in the car. Hey, what's going on, Mom? But other than that, it turned out pretty good. At the after party, Jess's mom and grandma, or not Jess's mom, Kay-Ann's mom, Jeff's girlfriend, Kay-Ann, her mom was at the party. Jess and their grandma, that was the funniest thing. Oh man, I was dying. My side was hurting messing with them ladies. They're the funnest ladies in the world. I'm telling you. By the time the alcohol kicked in on me, and they was over there, she was rocking her and shit like a baby. The one had the cup full of vodka, kept giving her a drink, coming back over, taking a drink, and then she passed out 5 minutes. She wake up, give her a drink, take a drink, and pass back out. I mean, it was a good night. We had a good night. It was a good outcome. No fights, nothing broke out. Everybody was peaceful. Everybody had a good time. Do I have any Bigfoot pictures, or do I have any pictures of Bigfoot? Yeah, I have a lot of pictures of Bigfoot. That tells me you're not a member of my Facebook page, Into the Woods with Jeff. Come over to Facebook, Charles, and I'll get you in. Send me a request, and because it's a private group, I'll get you in and show you some crazy Bigfoot pictures. What's going on, Rod? I feel good though. I mean, my head's foggy from drinking. I don't normally drink, but for the most part, I feel pretty good. I had to go to work, man. I'll still have drunk. going to work last night after going to that Mike's graduation party. Oh man, it was a bad night. It was a long night, guys. It was a long night. I came home and just passed out. I was out cold. I just woke up like 15 minutes ago. I had enough time to make some coffee, stay here for a minute and get my mind right, and go live with you guys. And here I am talking shit. Without a doubt, I see you. I see you. But first thing first, guys, man, I want to give shout outs to Sharon Williams. Today, first, there's a few, but Sharon Williams, man, if you're watching, I know I told you 10 times already, but man, thanks. You definitely help out a lot. And Geneva Bernard, you help out too much. Every week I see your name. You just pop up. Geneva, thanks for hitting that PayPal, man. You guys, Janice, Richard, Carter, Janice, what is that? Let's just say Janice. Guys, thanks for hitting that PayPal, man. That's definitely helping me out. It's helping me get into these other trips. And that's another thing I'm going to get to. But it's helping me out with these trips I got planned for these next 2 months. And it's helping me get that camera that I want to get, that Nikon 1200 with the night vision. I'm working on saving for that. So, guys, definitely thanks for hitting that PayPal up. And if you still want to hit the PayPal up, guys, the link is in the description. We're going to have a good summer. We're going to have a great summer. If you ain't tell by these pictures already, the new spot is scary as hell. But it's I feel like it's my tribe, the tribe that from Bigfoot land. I feel like it's them. Some of them signs say it's them. Can you use Cash App? Yeah, I got Cash App without a doubt. Definitely. But some of them signs I see in that new spot is, I know there's a lot of universal Bigfoot signs, but there's a few signs that I've seen in there that look just like my tribe from Bigfoot land. I think they moved over there. If that's the case, they moved miles. They moved miles away, and I just took it was like throwing a needle in a haystack and trying to find that needle. I took a wild shot in the dark, and I lucked out. I think I lucked out and found my tribe again. And I will never give that spot up. I had to hike miles to get in there so it's not going to be easy to find. And I pretty much go in wee hours of the morning at like 3:34 in the morning, to where by the time I hit the woods, it's pretty much just getting daylight at 5:15, 5:20. So there's nobody that really got the chance to follow me without me noticing. What they have to use headlights and shit. So we're pretty good. Can you help me onto yours, Deborah? It would, if you don't have a Facebook, I don't know how you would do it without having a Facebook page. I think you got to be on. Go to Facebook and type in my name. But I have hundreds of great pictures on my Facebook page throughout the years that I've been researching. And that's something we're going to get to. But that new spot, guys, is crazy. It's definitely something going on there. I like to know on the ground that I was showing you guys that look like an Indian ritual spot. That place is special. I know a lot of you guys were saying that it was a nursery, telling me that it's a nursery, that go ahead, get out of there. But it's something special. Whatever it is, that place is something special to them. Someone else Facebook. Oh yeah, use someone else's Facebook page. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. But I think this new spot's going to be interesting. I definitely want to get back in there and go through it a lot more thorough. Guys, another thing, while I'm thinking about it, if you guys are going to send me pictures, especially great pictures like the ones you guys been sending me from my videos, clips of my videos of the Sasquatch, please insert a timestamp in the video because there's been a lot of controversy with that, and it's hard to go back on your own to find where exactly it is on a half-hour video, and then on some of them you don't even know what video is what. So when you send me a picture, I can't use it unless you send me a timestamp and the name of the video that you guys got that from. It will help my day out a whole lot more. I need to fix that somehow. Sorry guys, my throat from hollering. Mike, what's going on, Mike? Money Mike. I was on him about his girlfriend, little prick. He don't ever want to go to the woods because he worried about what his girlfriend's doing and who she with. Mike, she at your house. Your mom's right there. She's not going nowhere. Just go to the wood for 2 hours. She fine. If it's all that, put a camera up. I mean, shit. If you got a babysitter that much, why you with her? But they love each other. That's a good thing. They've been together since, forever. A new member, K-Bell. Welcome to the family, man. Thanks for joining the Golden Crew. That's what's up. That's definitely what's up. What's going on in there? How you feeling today? Man, I swear, guys, I'm not prepared for this. So we're winging it. We're going to take it. We're going to take it minute by minute. Especially as cloudy as my head is right now from drinking last night. And I don't drink. You guys know I drink once a year, twice a year, maybe. You have September to figure out what ginseng looks like. I've been watching what's it called? The Appalachian Outlaws. That shit is great. But I've been learning a lot from them. And I would learn you can get your ass killed messing with that ginseng out there. It's worse than the weed world. It's crazy. What song were you singing after you saw that bear crab? That was some fresh shit. I was following through that. I'm cussing, but that was fresh. It still had steam coming off of that bear crab when I seen that. What's going on, Maryland? You made it, huh? That's what's up. Christy, what's up? Good to see everybody catching in. There's only 57 people. Where's everybody at? It's 100 degrees outside. That's where they're at. They'll catch up later. They'll come back through and watch it. Rio Speedwagon, Bigfoot Mama. I think it's the same thing. I do too, Alfred. I swear some of them structures and marks that I've seen is definitely them. You think they're out protesting? Man, I don't know what to think with that shit. I don't know what to think. They prosecute. I don't even want to talk about that. That's still an open wound, fresh open wound. I'm not going to touch bases on that, but at all. I could get myself in trouble with that shit. So I'm just going to sit back from afar and watch. A new Bigfoot fan from Maryland. That's what's up, Heather B. Thanks for joining, man. We have fun here. It ain't just all about Bigfoot research. We definitely have fun. Now, guys, like last week I said, I'm going to be going to this Bigfoot Symposium, whatever, tomorrow at the Morrell Fire Department out on 119. But I don't know if I'm going or not. The way things are looking, out of the blue, I got a text message from Fred Saluga. Now, before I get into that story with Fred Saluga, I got one of, let's say, the cave. I got a couple years ago, about 3 years ago, I was watching one of Fred Saluga's, I don't know what you want to call it, like a seminar type thing where he was up on the podium talking about different areas that had issues with Sasquatch in the Fayette County area. And he was talking about this cave that got shut down that was having problems up there in the forest. A certain mine, the cave area, that got sealed up. I heard him talking about that area and how the disaster that happened and how they had Bigfoot problems, how Bigfoot was throwing big drums of fuel down over the bank so they couldn't fuel up, just terrorizing. So they had to pretty much shut it down. And I got that spot pretty much from him, right? Anyways, today I get a text message talking about I'm a what is it? Let me find it real quick. I don't want to just say anything. Now this is the first time he ever texted me. First time out of nowhere, right? He said, Jeff, what the hell is this bullshit that I am with the WBFRO and show me what a real researcher is? Out of nowhere, he sent me that. So where'd this come from? I ain't even talked to this dude. So I say, what you talk about? I'm planning on coming tomorrow. You lost me on that one. And then he didn't say nothing. He said, I'll see you tomorrow. But I said, are you with the BFRO? WBFRO? I said, are you a member of them? He said, no, right? And then I said, good to know, but I'm not sure. And then I told him pretty much the same story that I told you guys, that I got one of my spots from you. And I ended up finding them 3-toe tracks up there. And now it's fairly restricted. And I was explaining all that to him. And then he says, what does WBFRO stand for? And I told him Westmoreland or whatever. And he said, I belong to the group and a lot of other groups. After he said he wasn't, and then he said, "Oh yeah, I belong to that group, but I'm a bunch of other." So I don't understand where he's coming from. I don't understand what the alphabetical groups mean and what they're there for. So I think after that conversation, I'm going to retract from going to that. I'm not going to subject myself to that shit. I'm gonna keep doing my own thing like I've been doing. Nothing changed. I'm gonna keep doing me. I have more fun that way instead of going into a building and listening to everybody talk. I'd rather be in the woods and actually listen to them talk, the Sasquatch talk, instead of some bullshit like that. But that's where I'm at with that, and that's where I stand with it. I would like to go just to meet some of you guys, have a little meet and greet up there. BS, maybe sneak off, burn a couple, or some shit, come back, and laugh and joke and crack up at these dudes. But it didn't work out that way, so it is what it is. Now, when I was at Jeff's party or Mike's graduation party last night, drinking with these dudes, it turns out Can's boyfriend has a cabin deep in a remote area that like 20 miles in. You can barely get in. You have to hike. Well, you park like 20 miles out, no, 10 miles out, and you got to hike in 10 miles to get into it. That's how off the grid it is. There's no service, no nothing. It's a one-room cabin that you got to hike into. That's probably going to be our first trip coming up soon, guys. That's going to be our first trip coming up soon. He said he always hears some crazy ass screams through the night and shit. He hears signs, but he don't really know nothing about Bigfoot. He don't know what it is out there, but he knows there's something out there, and it's like scaring him to even go out there. So we're gonna go out there. I hear you, Brian. You don't belong to anyone but my wife and Shakira. Are you talking about the hip shaking Shakira? I belong to Shakira too. I don't blame you. She bad. But you know what, guys? It is what it is, man. I'm still gonna have fun no matter what, or no matter where I'm at. That's what's up, Brian. I like that one too. I belong to Shakira. Always and forever. I might even get me a Shakira tattoo across my chest with her shaking her hips. And then I end up finding I think I caught it. Guys, let me know. Back in the doorway, did something cross? I think I caught it. I always see something crossing coming from the bathroom down the steps. And I just now seen something cross in that doorway back there on camera. That was crazy. I definitely was looking right at that doorway when that black mass just blocked that whole doorway out. Man, I'm going to have to go back and check that out. Definitely, man. That shit was crazy. Car reflection. I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and look. I forgot to tell you how you saw it too, Dorothy. I don't think it was the car reflection. It would put a light across the wall. This was a dark mass that blocked that whole doorway out, going down the steps. And I see it all the time. Like I'll be looking over there at my fan wall, and I'll see it out the corner of my eye. I know for sure I've seen it, and when I look, there's nothing there at all. Guilty as charged, Jeff. I got the screenshot to prove it. I wanted to shame him and for returning to the. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I got him contradicting some shit too. So when it comes to that, you know where you stand with it. Just keep them in front of you and keep doing what you're doing, and watch your ass at the same time because they will be following you, trying to destroy your spots. Jeff was Ken's boyfriend. Did I hear it? K Bell. Jeff is Ken's boyfriend. You're right. I must have said it wrong. My fault. I'm still half asleep, guys, and my head is foggy from the drinking. I don't drink. And then I had to go to work half drunk trying to put this shit together. Oh, shit. Did I show you guys I got the gold certificate at work this week? Or did I get it last week? I think I got it this week. But I ended up getting, for going above and beyond, gold certificate at work. So that's saying I'm doing a good job. I'm in the right spot, doing the right things. I hear you, Dean. Thanks, Marilyn. And that, yeah, I'm doing all right, man. That's a good feeling for the boss to just come down and hand you this gold certificate. She said I only handed out one in the last 2 years, and the other person that got it's been here for 10 years. So that's saying a lot. I only been there a few months since December, and I already got one. So let's get it. Let's keep doing it. Found new spots, got things coming up. People saying, "Hey, I got this. Let's go check it out." I mean, it's going to be a great year, guys. It's coming up. It's getting hotter. The rain's going away. This forest is growing in. Shit's moving. I still ain't found no snake traps. I've been looking, and you guys been telling me to go check out places, but the places you tell me to check out, we don't have. I'll have to drive like 1,000 miles to get to that. But I'm gonna have to order some shit online, and I hate putting my credit card online. It never works out. Every time I ain't got luck for that shit. I ain't got luck. Cat Martin, what's going on? Thanks, Cat. But it's been last couple of weeks. It's been good, man. It's been real good. I've been in a good mood. I lost my mind Sunday, man. Sunday and Tuesday at work. First time I lost my damn mind. Shit. There's this dude beside me, works beside me. He shit. He looked like Jesus. He got long hair, he got the beard. He looked just like, if you look at him, that's who you picture. You think of Jesus every time you look at him. And this dude kept taking his boxes and just throw them up in the truck. And they would send me off to help other people out to get them caught up. And then I'll come back to my set and I will get my set caught up. And the dude beside me is supposed to come down and put my shit at the bottom of the truck. So when I come back out, all I gotta do is scan it and put it in my truck. Well, this dude, man, she, my boss came down, sent me over to another belt to help get caught up, and she told the other dude beside me to come down to keep cover my set until I come back. I come back, man. About 20 minutes later, after helping this other belt out, I come back, and this dude took my shit and just flung it up inside the truck, mounted it up in the middle of the truck, all my trucks. So I said, "Oh shit!" I kicked the boxes out into the line. I came out, looked at him. I was gonna hit him. The thought in my mind was grab him by his ponytail, pull him in the truck, and shut the damn doors. It ain't gonna be on camera. Ain't nobody gonna see it. The only thing they're gonna see is some truck rocking inside that shit. I'm about to put my hands on it. So I can't do it. I walked up to my boss. I said, "Listen, go get Jesus off this belt. I'm about to put my hands on him. Come and get him, man. I'm done. I dealt with him Sunday. He did this shit to me again Tuesday. It won't be a Wednesday. He won't make it Wednesday." I ain't seen him since. They took him out the belt. He might have quit because I think they put him over in the truck unload. So he might. But then last night and the night before, I ain't seen him over there. So he might have quit. But that's on him. Do your damn job. I ain't never lost my cool with anybody at any point in time. I ain't lost my temper in years. And then this dude, Jesus looking like, going to come and jack my shit up. I about to put my hands on him. I swear I about pulled him into the truck. I had a vision that I grabbed him by his ponytail, pulled him into the truck and shut the doors. And it would have been a wrap after that. I would have ripped him apart. He had me hot. And I'm not a violent dude at all. There's not a violent bone in my body. I'm always joking, laid back, having a good time with everybody. I don't bullshit nobody. And this dude going to come at me like that, shit went bad for him. I'll tell you that much. Year tomorrow that our boy died in a motorcycle accident. Oh, I know Uncle Bones. I know. I see it all the time. Everybody has a breaking point. Yeah, I ain't broken in a long time though, and he found that button and just kept pushing that shit until it. I'm glad I didn't put my hands on him. He's a good dude though. I ain't gonna say he ain't. He's a all right, cool person as a person, but to work with the dude, he's not somebody you want to work with. Now to go out and have a beer and carry the night away, that's somebody he's cool for that. But to work with the dude, man, I can't do it. I like the person as a person, but I just don't like his work. You guys understand what I'm saying. I ain't trying to be a dick about it. Yeah, that is some bad news, Geneva. Sorry to hear that, man. That is sad. Just that is bad. I lost all train of thought, but that's not a bad thing. We all want to hear it. Deep. I just seen what you said, man. What's bib? I don't know. Where did I write that at? BLB. Did I write it somewhere? What you want to know in that? High five, yeah, on top. I heard you. Just for fun, man. We just getting started, man. Oh, Geneva. I hear you. About to get. Well, the girl at work, she been on vacation this week, all this week. I guess when she started, she already had plans on a family vacation. So the day she started, she let FedEx know that this week she'd be taking her vacation with her family. Is all right for her to take off. So they give her the permission to go ahead and take this week off. So I ain't get to see her this week at all. But I've been thinking about her there. She been on my mind. She'll be back Tuesday. We'll see what happens. I'll be talking. Now the gas station girl, I'm still right back. All right. It's another Bigfoot group. Cameras. What you saying? Just for fun? Oh, you just got home from checking some cameras. That's cool. You got some plot watchers out there, some deer cams. And that's another thing. I'm gonna get that plot watcher out there, guys. But I don't know if it got that beam like the regular deer cams got, and the Sasquatch can see that what's it called, the motion beam, big long bong. Who got one of them, Geneva? I ain't got no bongs. That mess your lungs up worse, quick as shit. I don't mess with them bongs. 99. Okay, and there's 103 on here. 69 thumbs up, one thumbs down. Hit that like button, guys, or dislike. It don't matter. Maybe they'll give me my notification button back. My bell's been missing for a while now. I forget exactly what group it is, but it's a Bigfoot organization group. Geneva. Put the plot watcher in a new area. Bigfoot mama. I don't want to scare him off. If it's got that motion beam out on it, it will. They see it and they'll just leave. And I don't want to do that. So I'm not gonna put it in there. I think I got an area for it that I want to try it out in. That if you know what I mean, if they are up there and they do push off, it really wouldn't matter. At least I catch them. But I'm not gonna put it on the new spot yet at all. Not yet. Went from 69 to 81. That's what's up. There's been a lot of new stories popping up with this situation in Sasquatch. I've been hearing. I didn't sleep last night. Thanks, Robert. Blue Line Bigfoot. You're right. You're definitely right. BLB. I couldn't remember for nothing. I was sitting here thinking, I know what it is. At all, Post Silly. You can't fool them. They know what you're doing way before you do it. They know what you're doing before you know what you're doing. I definitely am, Maryland. Every weekend. I'm going back out to the new spot. I want to do a better search on that area, see what's going on with it, see what I find. It's a new spot. I just want to get the feel of it, see how it's going, what's going to happen, see the outcome. I've been making some plans for a new trip. I need a vacation and I need just to get away. I need the forest, the deep forest, for a couple of days. So I'm planning the trip coming up soon, real soon. I don't know. Every week, every Friday, my voice starts cracking. I don't know if it's I'm talking too much. Right? They definitely don't like that hour. Like it blinds them. I know it definitely scares them off. Cookie's here sleeping somewhere, and then she'll stay up all night terrorizing me and shit. Take a few little cams and drop it back to her. Yeah, I'll be doing that too, Dean. I'm gonna try that, but I want to get to feel the area a little bit more, and I don't want to start leaving cameras out there on my way through there and try to come back through and get them and lose them because I don't really know the area at all. I mean, I knew how to get in there. I marked it to get back in. I don't know how to get down in there, but I don't want to start putting stuff out there and start losing it because I don't know the area that much. Not yet. I'm just hoping it's the same tribe. It's the same ones. I hope it's the same ones from Bigfoot World. Frog, Frog Man's in the house. You ain't missed much. We just bullshitting, Frog Man. They don't like that night camera at all. They don't like cameras at all. They know what they are. That's why it's so hard to get them on film. They see you got that in your hand. They know what you're doing. They know what it does. It's almost impossible. You gotta really catch them off guard, and that's impossible to do. It's 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 hard to even explain. They got to be like on one side of the rock, and you come up around the other side, and just surprise each other type of thing. It's gonna be pretty much nothing else in between. Post silly things, man. That means a lot. You're right. You're right about that. You're definitely right about that. If they can't see them, they'll sniff them out. You're definitely right about that. I was listening to Todd Standing's story about Ina getting picked up in one of his spots by that Sasquatch, and then the leader of that tribe came down and made him put her down. That was a great story. I mean, that was a fascinating story. I can't wait till he follows up on that one. Thanks, Rodriguez. I couldn't pronounce your first name. That's why I skipped that part. They said Bigfoot is like gorillas. They can see in infrared zone. They can pick it. I don't know. I know. I know they know. They can see. They know you're there before long before you get there, day or night. It don't matter what. It's they know. Whether it's the birds informing them that hey they're coming up. They're on their way. Todd Standing is aggressive individual. He does get the job done. He's got balls of steel. He will go into places no other will go. I give him that hands down. I mean, he's going into grizzly country, hiking in there for days. So that says a lot about a person. And then some of the footage that he got, you can't fake that. When he put them apples out there for them and stood there 10 feet away from them apples, I think that was a bad move because then he ended up in a situation where he was in the middle of them and the apples. They was getting them apples regardless. So they ended up surrounding him. He followed the one that was like 9 foot tall right in front of him when he got taken out by that big ass snow covered log. That's not fake. That's not fake. That happened. That as an experience he'll never forget. And if you notice, he ain't been back to that area at all since he ain't got no more footage from that area since he got knocked down. And it's the same with that cryptozoology, I think was his name. He had some great footage. He was tracking in through the Florida glades, actually catching some great footage. I mean, he knew what he was doing, zooming in on into the bushes, catching shit. And then him and his wife was tracking through there, ended up stepping on a sleeping female Sasquatch, and she growled at him, pushed him over, and he was done. Now he just films from the road. He'll walk the dirt roads out in between and film both sides. He won't go into the forest no more. Once you get that fear set in, you got to somehow override it and keep going. I mean, I know the feeling of that fear, because when they came down to take Mike, I didn't want to go back. I had to force myself back into the forest after I seen their actions and what they was going to do. I didn't want to go back for a while. I didn't go back for a while. But then I got back into it. Something happened out there. And then I couldn't stop. I just kept going, kept going. Why is my voice cracking? And then once I end the live stream, my voice would be normal again. It's weird. Yeah. All the big people get haters. When you start producing evidence of something being out there in that forest, people in certain places don't like that shit. And that's where the haters begin from. Australia. That's what's up. Damon Cott. It's all good, John. Better late than never. Sharon Williams in the house, man. Thanks again, Sharon. If you ain't hear me in the beginning, thanks for everything you do, Sharon Williams. Well, I think a lot of my voice is with this pollen. The pollen's high right now, and it's messing with me. The allergies and shit. It's that time of the year, guys, but we'll get through it. We'll definitely get through it. Yorkshire 28. Sasquatch, Ontario. I don't know. Is that the one that got the Sasquatch that comes down to the tent and says his name, starts talking to Mike? He ate too much last night. Nah, I haven't seen him, Candace. I haven't seen him lately. I've been watching for it. I haven't seen him because I got some more questions for him that I ain't had a chance to really. I got a few more questions for him, so I'd like to run into him, but at the same time, I don't want to run into him. Yeah, post silly, it definitely is. That's where I was getting to. I was waiting for an answer from it, though, but it is 100% fake. If that's who we're talking about, Mike, kiss my. That's fake as it gets. I miss you too, Cher. On here cussing everybody out. Plenty of Bigfoot in PA. This place is polluted. You'd be surprised. Walk through this forest here, this mountaintop, from one end to another. I say in a 20 mile spread across this mountain. You'd be surprised what you see. You'd be surprised. Go off trail for a day and see what you find. If you don't believe in Sasquatch, by the time you come out that mountain, you'll believe in something. You got that right, Yorkshire. Number 3 in the U.S. I see you, John. Thanks, man. Yeah, Mom, Silk, I feel you. I'm trying to lean off from it, get away from it. You think we are members? You mean like family members, or they they believe something and following them? I see. They're along Interstate 75. I heard a few stories about Interstate 75. It ain't just Sasquatch out there. I think there's a lot of things crossing, and there's a lot of sightings through there. There's a lot of stories about that Interstate 75 in Tennessee. That ain't the first time I heard about that, Ryan. You're right, Sharon. It's been, man, rough ain't the word for it. I seen all the structures. Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Rod. Bigfoot land guys, I feel like they moved out. They definitely moved out of it. If you guys remember back in the back where they had them gigantic trees starred up, crisscrossing up on top of that big gigantic boulder. I mean, it's impossible for any human to do some shit like that. But I filmed it thousands of times. To where it used to be right on top of that peak and like a star shape crisscrossing each other. All the trees was pulled up by the roots and piled up there. Well, now they're all pushed over to one side. So I think they're pretty much done with it. I think they moved on from that area. But at the same time, this new spot, I'm definitely hoping that's them and not another tribe that I got to start all over with. Yeah, Mike's graduation got rained out. The party got rained out, but we still have fun. We still have fun. Right, Snoop? That's what I was saying. The Interstate 70, there's a lot of stories coming out of that place. That'd be a crazy idea to go out there and camp for a day. Just pull off, walk off 20 feet into the forest and just set up camp. That'd be crazy. Lori Myers, Caroline Start. Welcome to the Bigfoot family, man. Thanks for joining. Yorkshire, if you ain't watched the video, Mike's graduation and after party, it's up. They robbed him at his graduation, but he definitely got his diploma. That's all that matters. I told him don't let that shit sit there and collect dust. Do something with it. Don't go home and just be lazy the rest of your life. Let's get it. Find something to do. Think about what you want to do in life and do it. Take a couple months off, but other than that, get a move on life. Get a jump on Jeff's world. I know what you're talking about, Mr. Gummy. I heard them screams a couple times. You'll never forget them screams. Never in their lifetime. You'll always remember that scream. There ain't no scream like it. It's definitely a one of a kind type bone chilling. Good to see Jeff and Mike in the car. That shit was. I tried to make the best out of it and crack jokes about it, but that was sad. They shouldn't have did that to them. They should have postponed that graduation until they could have a real graduation. The other surrounding schools are doing that. They got dates set up for the rest of the summer in case they get rained out or something. They can push it back. I feel like Uniontown High School should have did the same thing. Brian, I heard him talk a couple times too. It's it's a weird ass language, and the way they say it and the voice that they got, it's weird. The scream makes you're right. Alyssa, what's going on? Okay, Carol. The party's pretty funny, man. That party was funny. It definitely was. But other than that, that's about all that happened this week. Other than the news spot, Mike's graduation party, canceling going to this Bigfoot, whatever. Congratulations, now you're fired, right? I think I did fire him last night on get me beer. I told him grab me a beer, and he kept talking to somebody else. He wouldn't do it. Say, Mike, you gonna grab me that? Like 5 minutes later, I'm still waiting on a beer. So I finally, you know what, Mike, you're fired. And grab my own shit. I did fire him last night on the graduation party. I'm doing pretty good, Lisa. I'm doing great. Feel good. Am I taking in the crew to the new spot? Not at first. I want to get the feel of it. I want to see how they're going to act around, because we're pretty deep in the woods. You're not getting out of there. They will catch you before you run out of there. So I want to see how they act. I want to get to know them first, see if it's the same tribe before I start taking the kids in there. I like to get Fred out there with me, but he's been tired of building his house. They can also make you understand what they're saying if you have an open mind. Now, don't get me wrong. I have heard them speak English, whether they was mimicking what they heard or what. But I heard one say my name. We all heard them say, "Tell me I was sick" when I pulled their structure out of the ground. I was filming, showing that it was buried into the ground. I pulled it out, and this deep growl said, "You're sick." That freaked me out. It was like right behind me in my ear. He said, "You're sick," in this growly voice, deep, deep. It's almost demonic, but it was like right there, right behind me. The camera picked it up. As soon as I pulled it out, it said, "You're sick." A couple times they was giggling, laughing at me and shit, throwing rocks at my bike. I thought they were stealing it. hmm That's kind of freaky, Geneva, when they follow me out like that. I should be used to it by now because they do it all the time, every time. So, but it's to know you're being followed. You can hear them crunching up there on the hill. All they got to do is jump off the bank down onto me. I mean, it'd be a done deal. But they just walk me out pretty much. They parallel me the whole way. I stop, they'll stop. If I stand there too long, they'll start making sounds, or they'll do shit. It's interesting. It definitely is interesting. So I've been doing different things with that as I walk out, hoping they'll slip up or they'll say something just to get them going. Where's my voice going? Go to Daniel Boone's Forest. Where is that, in PA, or where's that located? Joe Bananas. It is down in the holler, deep down in the holler. Can I tell you more about the little people? You know, somebody, I was just talking to somebody about them on Messenger. Let me get a cup of coffee real quick, guys. Let me get my coffee real quick. Give me 1 minute, 1 second. I need a maid. I choked on my candy when I seen that. I can't afford no damn maid. Geneva, I have no idea. Seems like every Friday my voice gets like that. Yeah, Dean, I seen him. Let me see if I can clear my voice out. I definitely did, Geneva. But these little people, 3-legged girls, you got jokes, Damon. You got jokes. But on the little people, guys, every researcher out there, everybody that hits the forest knows about them. They've seen them, but they don't talk about them. I don't rarely. I just now recently mentioned them maybe 3 times in the whole time I've been filming them. Now there is something going on out there that there's this little person, little people. They run with the Bigfoot. I don't know if they live with them, but they definitely run together. I see them side by side all the time, but they're totally different. These little things are not Sasquatch whatsoever. I don't think they're an offshoot to them or none of that. They're something in their own. They're a little just like a little person. They're a little person. I got pictures of them on Facebook, sitting beside a newborn baby and its mom. The little 4-foot one with the afro. That's a little person. And he's fully grown. He's only like 3.5 feet tall. He was sitting beside the big ass female mom at the maze, and the mom was holding the baby right in front of her. And when I was coming down the one side of the ravine, and they were sitting over on the other side at the bank, and Carrie slipped, and when she slipped, she said, like she let out a yell, like a squeak, when she slipped down the hill, and the little person over there made a sound like they thought that Carrie seen them sitting over there, and he opened his mouth like, oh, like we're caught. And that's when I noticed him when he jerked his head back. Oh, I started filming it, started snapping. I thought I was filming, but I'm snapping pictures, trying to get it to film. And I did film it for like a couple seconds before they stood up and took off up over the top. But as I was filming the mom kept putting her hand over her face like she was covering her teeth up. Like if I didn't see her teeth, I couldn't see her. Like that's what I felt like. But after a couple seconds, they finally stood up and walked up over the bank. Freaked me out. But it was definitely a little person walking with her. That female Bigfoot trusted that little person to be right beside her with her newborn baby. So they're that close. Without date a 3-legged girl that looks like Shakira, nah, that'd be a chick with a D. Yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening. But there is something out there that every researcher knows about the little people. But do you know what it's like to say? It's bad enough that we go out and look for Bigfoot. They think we're crazy, and then to turn around and say, "Hey, I see little people." That makes you sound even more crazy. But everybody sees them. We know that they're out there. I know that they're out there. I see them all the time. And maybe every now and then I'll say, there's a little one there. Or do you hear that little guy over there? But I definitely know that they're there. I don't know what they are. I just know that they're little people. There is a little person. Without a doubt, they look just like us, but just miniature versions. We little tiny hands, but like this. They're cute because I seen him go like this. He scratched his nose. It's like the cutest little hand. They're cool, but I don't know what they are or where they came from. Shoot at the eye shine. There was a tremendous crowd that he swore was no freaking mountain lion. You gotta watch shooting at eye shines because you don't know what you're shooting at. You don't know what it could be, and that could turn around and bite you in the ass. You better have a high caliber gun. And then that brings us into the conversation that if you do mess up and shoot one of them, you're gonna have to deal with that whole tribe. So you better be prepared to take that whole tribe on when you do shoot that one. It could be dangerous out there doing that, just shooting that eye shine. You be careful, man. And don't be by yourself when you're doing it. You found about 9 different breeds. It's possible. I don't know what they are, but they're definitely out there. You want one for a pet? Now they look like they could be mean. They're little, but they look like they can whoop our ass. Especially the way he pulled himself up over that bank. You can see the cut muscles up in his back. All the way down his longest spine is rippled up. Them little dudes are built. To shoot one, they will tear your house down. You got that right. They will get revenge. Where did I say the pic was? It's on my Facebook page. You'll see him. He's got his mouth opened up like I'm caught. He got an afro, and to the left of him is the mom holding the baby. There's hundreds of pictures on my Facebook page. You guys gotta check it out. You better ask Debbie first. No, they don't like guns. They know when you got guns. They trust me. They know if you got a gun. It don't matter if you got it in your backpack, in your boot. They know. I don't know if they smell it or how they know, but they know. They definitely know. Smell like our house. Yeah, they smell awful. Worse than the outhouse. Like death, outhouse, piss, mold, must, all them smells combined. It's so bad you can taste it. This in the new spot, I smelled them. It came in the wind, but as fast as it came, it was gone too. And once it hit you in the face, you know exactly what that smell. You know what they are, what it is. She works nights. I put her to bed early. I hear you, Brian. Always go somewhere that can't run fast as you, right? That's why I like taking Fred out there. Fred is crazy as shit. Fred in the hole. He sees a hole, he'll go in it. It don't matter how big, how little, he'll find some shit. Fred don't mind going in places, tight places. Do you think it's a gland they have or just smell that way? That's a good question. I don't even know. That's a good question. Maybe a combination of both. Because, like, we have our sweat glands and they have their own smell to them. If you don't wear deodorant, that's your smell. That's your natural smell. That stink under your arm, you smell that's your scent glands uh, coming out. But it's possible they have the same thing, but they don't bath, so it'll be years of buildup of them sweat glands coming out and him smelling like at times 1,000. It's it's possible. That's very possible. Just like a skunk has its glands and shit. It's like every mammal has its own little scent gland smell type shit going on. Going on, Vince. That smells one of the big green ones. That's not Bigfoot. Yeah, I know what you're talking about with the big green ones. Remember when I put that camera out there and that big gigantic green finger come up from the bottom, went like this, and then went back down, and then you see the big massive shadow walk away. That's probably the same one that broke that camera, because I think the next time after that they they smashed the SD card, then rammed it back up into the camera backwards, and pretty much jacked up my camera. And I'm saving for a good one. I'm saving for a good one. I want that Nikon 1200 that's got night vision, all that. That's pretty much a perfect camera. That's what I need. Got good zoom in. It smells coming for a very long distance. As any mammal out in the wild, they smell us coming from long ways, and they track us. I seen that yesterday. It was pouring down raining out there, and Jeff got 3 pit bulls. He was throwing pieces of hamburger out in the yard. Like 5 minutes later, I see that pit bull sniffing around in the yard, and he went straight over to that hamburger. He smelled that hamburger out. There's no way that dog seen the burger down inside the grass. He smelled his way over and went over and found that piece of meat and ate it out of the rain. Even though the pouring down rain covered the smell of that burger up, that dog still sniffed it and found it. Now, Bigfoot, he probably got that smell times 10 when it comes to dogs. It's just crazy. They could probably smell for miles. For miles, you'd be getting out your car and they'll smell you. What's going on, DJ? Was yesterday's video the same rocks where I heard the voices on your video about a year ago? No, Richard, this spot that I was in, that new spot that's the first time I ever filmed. I just found that spot. The spot you're talking about is above the cave area when the voices. No, Bigfoot land is the voices in your rocks. So yeah, you are right. Because once I left the new spot, I went over to Bigfoot land and checked that out. So you're right. That is the same spot from the voices. The female voices in the rocks was from Bigfoot land. I post silly. You have a good night, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. Maybe they're a breed of Bigfoot. I don't know. I don't know, Deborah. Yeah, them birds definitely tell on you. But if you know about the woods, about the forest, them birds are like an alarm clock of the forest. Everything out there depends on them birds. The deer, they listen for the birds. When the birds start sounding off, they get alert. They put their head up, looking around, see what the danger is. The birds are like the alarm of the forest. And Bigfoot ain't the only thing that listens by that. How long ago was my first sighting? Shit, a long time ago. It's when me and Fred and his baby's mom, everybody got together and took off to Susquehanna State Forest. They have a cabin up there, and we went up there for a vacation for like 4 days. And I had my first sighting. It was about what, 7, 8 years now, 10 years tops. It was about 10 years ago I had my first sighting and been stuck with him ever since. Been looking for him ever since. Stuck out there in the forest, just walking miles and miles and miles. But from the time that I seen him the first time I had my first sighting till now, I've had many encounters, many sightings, many different altercations with him, with different tribes throughout this area. I mean, I've made a lot of progress over the last few years. Yeah, Joe Bananas. I am the next time I go back to Sheila's World. Once we get to 30,000 subscribers, Me and Kyle got to go spend the night on the creek where that Sasquatch tried to sink our boat, where they thrown that big boulder out right beside our boat trying to sink us that night. We're going to go back there and spend the night in that same spot. Yeah, Mr. Gunny, we're getting ready. I'm getting ready to hit the bed to myself. So you won't be missing too much more after that. But you have a good night. You have a good night. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Mom. On that video when I was walking through there, I kept hearing the whistle. I said something in the video. I was like, I hope you guys can hear it, but there was whistling over the bird chattering, whistling going on. When I was walking up through there, it coming out the new spot. I wanted to get up over that mountain so I can try to get my bearings, see if I could see anything that I recognized. And I came out to that old dirt road. Well, as I was climbing up that mountain, I kept hearing whistling off to my right. Now the birds was all around me chirping, but there was whistling going on from the ground, maybe 40, 50 feet over to my right. Every time I look over, I couldn't see nothing. I stop and I zoom in. I look, wait for a second, see if I could hear it. You could hear it whistling. I just couldn't pinpoint exactly where it was coming from over there. I know they was watching me. They was right there. They seen what I was doing, make sure I didn't mess up none of that. They was there. Listen, I walked for miles. That morning, I walked for hours. All morning, I was walking, and then all of a sudden, this fear set in. It's like, yeah, you're about to get jumped on. Something's here. Something right there. Like my brain was racing. My heart started beating. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, so I started putting everything together, pulling the camera out. I'm gonna start filming. Something about to jump on me. I was trying to wait till I found got down in deep to where I knew I wasn't being tracked and found a good little area and then start filming stuff and then go searching as I'm filming. It didn't work out like that. As I was going, it's like everything started happening as it happened. I got this crazy feeling. I started getting scared, like this fear set in that I'm about to get jumped. So I turned the camera on, and as I'm walking, I start taking maybe 10 feet. Then all them, it looked like an Indian burial ground popped up on me. All that shit just happened right then. I can hear them all around me making sounds. They was there. You can feel when they're there, even though you don't see them. You got that electric energy coming through your body. You know when they're there. Yeah, I've been seeing. She's back on Facebook. She's doing good. She's she's still cussing people out. She's all right. Thanks, Timmy boy. That means a lot, man. Skinwalker Ranch. Damn, Dean, I'd like to go to Skinwalker Ranch, but that might even be too much. I don't think that's Bigfoot. I don't think Skinwalker Ranch has nothing to do. And maybe they might be a tribe out there in between all the other shit, but I think there's a lot of other shit going on there other than the Sasquatch. Why you think the government pretty much sealed that up? There's a lot of military installations along that area. Out in the woods, it comes from on. It does come on quick, Maryland. That's what I do too. I try to talk myself, start talking, thinking about something else, and I'll be chattering about this structure to you guys, and it like takes the fear off of me. It helps me get through that forest without panicking. I'll start talking more. I'll start talking to you guys a lot more, a lot faster. My knees would be knocking. Hey guys, you see this over here? There's an X over here. I'll start rambling. When I get scared, I'll start rambling, trying to calm myself from panicking. A lot of times I'll be out in that forest by myself, and it's not hard to start freaking out. It's very easy to freak out there. Shit starts happening around you. Rocks start flying. Trees start falling over. Man. You panic out there. You're screwed. They got you. You're done. You get lost out there. I hear you, dude. I hear you. Why didn't you go see Money Mike graduate? Well, I'm glad you asked that. When I got up to the doors, you see the magic wand. Well, guys, I had I was prepared for the after party, and I wasn't thinking. I was thinking about Mike graduating, all excited and everything. I didn't think to empty my pockets out before I went into the school. So when I went up through there to get my temperature done, then I made it up to the first set of doors. I looked in and I seen the police in there with that wand, that metal detector. That's when it hit me. Oh, and Jeff at the same time, like, oh shit, I messed up. So I said, "Where'd the car go?" And Jeff said that she left. I'm thinking, man, what am I going to do? So I looked at the cop and I seen him wanding that girl down and making her take everything out of her pockets and put it in that bowl. I said, I'll be back. I turned around and walked away. I said, damn, man. By the time I walked around to the car, they was already coming out the back of the school. So it's like, I ain't going to live that one down. I ain't going to live that one down. But I got at the same time, Jeff had the camera. I got it on film. I got to see Mike graduate. I got to celebrate with him after that. It's we had fun. We had fun. We definitely had fun. It was good to be spend the night with Jeff and Mike together. Just have a good time, eating, having a cookout. We had a lot of fun. Yeah, I definitely did, John. Got lost. You're right. I'm not trying to get lost no more. I pretty much been marking my ways with little things. I should be all right now. Now that I know where it pops out at, I'll be able. I'll be all right now. Yeah, I'm about to go too, Dorothy. Guys, I got to be at work here in a few hours, so I'm gonna get off here, make some dinner, and probably take a nap before I got to get there. But Bigfoot World here this weekend, I will be out there at the new spots, combing it with a sword, like you wouldn't believe. Now that I got a couple of days off, I'm gonna get out there in the forest. I got my bug spray ready, all my batteries charging. I'm gonna get that plot watcher out there this weekend too. So it should be a good week coming up. Good week with the footage. Should be a great week. And guys, if you want to help a brother out, don't forget to hit that PayPal up. It's not you don't have to, but it definitely helps a brother out for sure. And stay tuned for this next crazy ass adventure, Bigfoot World. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Even though I wasn't prepared, I pretty much just woke up and sat down and started talking to you guys. I wasn't ready for this at all. At all. But we had a good night. It turned out all right. I feel good. I feel good. Thanks, Caroline. Everybody, Bigfoot World, good night, everybody. Have a great weekend. Stay out the sun. Don't get burnt. Stay tuned for this next crazy ass adventure.